Hey, welcome to the Sloan Zone. I wanted to follow up on Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 3. Kind of talking about a couple of small things there. One is Qyburn. Who is he? Just as a refresher for everybody out there. And another one is Oldtown. We finally get to catch up with Sam again, and he's heading down there with Gilly. And so I want to just touch on that real quick. So, the first one, Qyburn. We've seen him. He's now coming to kind of take over for the Lord of the Whisperers, which was Varys. Varys is the bald guy who's now with Tyrion over far east. They were trying to get a hold of Daenerys, but she disappeared on her dragon, of course. And so now the Lord of Whisperers has a vacancy, if you will, in King's Landing, and this guy Qyburn is trying to take over. We've seen him in this episode with a bunch of little kids. He's giving them some sweet plums or something from Dorne, some candy, if you will. And he's convincing them that they need to be his little whisperers now, that he's going to use for Cersei. As she says, send him out everywhere you can so that we can pretty much know everybody who's talking crap about us and kick their butts. So, in case I didn't say, it's kind of spoilerish right now, but not really. Just more going into what they've done in the past. So, he actually announced that the big guard of Cersei is Gregor Clegane. So that's exciting. It's no longer a secret in the books. It's always kind of a mystery, like who is it underneath that helmet? The big humongous dude, Gregor. So that's cool. Qyburn, he's come about through the Citadel. He was training to be a maester, but they kicked him out because he was experimenting on living people instead of dead bodies. So of course that's not cool. So they got rid of him. He's not a maester. He went to join the people. Well, in the book it's Vargo Holt, and he's the guy who that was the guy who chopped off Jaime's hand in the show. He goes by a different name. I think it's Locke in the show. And so he joined that group for a little while, and then when Jaime went back to King's Landing, Qyburn went with him, helped treat the hand. He came into the Lannisters' good graces, helped Cersei when she really needed it, when her champion, Gregor Clegane, or the Mountain, was poisoned by the spear of Oberyn Martell during that cool fight where the Mountain squishes his head. Some gruesome stuff. If you're like a kid listening to this, you're like, oh, what is this show that this guy keeps talking about? Sorry. It's a good show. Lots of good stuff, but some inappropriate kind of moments for the younger audience. So the other one real quick, like I said, Oldtown. So Sam's heading there after he drops Gilly off at his own old home, hopefully. We'll see if the show gets there. It's supposed to be like the biggest city in all of Westeros, so could be pretty amazing to see on the screen. It's where the Citadel is. So these are very tied together. That's why I thought I'd mention them both in one little episode of the Sloan Zone here. Basically, yeah, like Sam says in the show, it's the Citadel. They don't allow women to train there. It's a maester thing. Maesters, what they do is they study medicine, scholarship, all kinds of goodness, and they build these links when they pass tests or examination type things. So every time they build a link of their chain, they connect it until they have a full chain that goes around their neck. And once they have a full chain that connects, they are a maester. So that's what Sam's going to do. Then he's going to return to the wall. In the show, Maester Aemon was the one who was up at the wall. He died. In the books, it was a little bit different. He was still alive, I believe, at this point, and they wanted to send Sam south with the Maester. And so there's this whole boat ride where the Maester Aemon's super frail. If you guys don't remember, he was a Lannister he was a Targaryen back in the day. So kind of cool stuff going on there where you get some more lore into who Dany is, who's the prince that was promised, and all this stuff, and there's a little bit different angle there. So anyway, hope this helps. I'm going to include some links to some articles I wrote for Popsugar on Game of Thrones. More details there. You can kind of read it and get a better grasp of what I'm talking about if I was talking too fast, which I tend to do because I'm from California. All right, take care.